caring for patients infected with COVID-19 say the Omicron variant has been especially ruthless among children. Kids are not only testing positive at an alarming rate, many are requiring trips to the hospital. Fox 40 contributor Felipe DeGigal spoke with nurses dealing with overwhelming rises in cases.
As COVID-19 rips through communities, pediatric nurses say unlike previous surges during the pandemic, children are now getting the worst of it.
This is really rough.
In the past week, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says new hospital admissions for kids with COVID-19 increased 66%, record highs since the pandemic began 2 years ago.
This variant has changed the game. I just feel like in the last 2 weeks, I have pressure on my chest from the stress.
Martha Kuhl is a registered nurse at UCSF Benioff Children's Hospital in Oakland and secretary-treasurer of National Nurses United. She says despite expanded vaccine availability for children, the more they congregate and relax adhering to physical distancing protocols, the faster the virus spreads.
Kids were sheltering in place. Kids were at home. They weren't in school. Parents were protecting them. Everybody was afraid. People weren't out and about. And we saw many fewer pediatric cases hospitalized than nurses saw with adults.
Margie Mayfield is executive director of the nonprofit pediatric home care agency Coastal Kids Home Care. Her staff serves the South Bay and says they are running on fumes.
We're all vaccinated, and most of our staff has boosters. Most of our families have boosters, and yet we continue to see it every day.
With no end in sight.
And that was Fox 40 contributor Felipe DeGigal reporting for us tonight.
Still ahead on